Hello, Year 11. Here we are back with our seventh and final video for our fourth topic. We are looking at dot plots and stem and leaf plots. You know how I know? It's written down here in the heading. Now, if we should have encountered these things before, I say that a lot. But particularly with the stem and leaf plots, I frequently find students who seem to have never seen them before. But let's look at the dot plots first. A dot plot, well, it looks like this, right? We have an axis, a horizontal axis, and we put dots above it. It gives the impression of a column graph, which is, a pretty good thing. But better than a column graph, I think, is we can add to this as we go along. So you can actually use it for collecting data, not just displaying it. So I might have, for example, the colours of cars down here or something. Well, that does not work very well because it's nominal data. But if I, for example, was asking people how many brothers and sisters they have, instead of writing all your answers down, I could put a little dot on here, and I can extend that column by putting another dot above it when I get another corresponding score. So, dot plots can be nice like that. A stem and leaf plot, I like them less. I do not care a lot for stem and leaf plots. There's a slight efficiency in that we put the first digit of a two-digit number in this sort of column that is the stem. So what this little plot here is representing are the scores 79, 75, 78, 71, 76, and 79. 84, 82, 85, 80, 80, 88, and so on. This will be 105 and 104. So there is a slight efficiency in not writing this 7, right? All of these different times. Other than that, it's just a list of your scores. You can sort of interpret it as a column graph turned on its side. But one of the problems with this is it is grouped data essentially like this, right? We're grouping it usually by tens. And that can actually, you've got to be really careful when you group your data. You can find patterns that don't really exist, and you can, in fact, miss patterns that are there sometimes. So you've got to be a bit careful. Stem and leaf plots, to be honest, I've never seen them used outside of a classroom. Dot plots, a different story. Frequency histograms that we looked at before, really common all over the place. But stem and leaf plots, I don't love them. Anyway, let's have a look at some examples and we'll use them. Here is a dot plot. How many patients are in the sample? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Look at that. Count the dots. Senior maths for you, HSC, here we come. How many patients have a normal body temperature of 37 degrees? Well, I can see 2. Yep. All right, there's 2 dots above the 37. What is the mode? It's a helpful little comment here. The most common score, 38 degrees. Okay, that's our tallest column, I suppose. Where are the temperatures clustered? Oh, around 38. I guess we could say it's sort of, 36 to 39, but really, what am I saying then? Not much. Find the outlier and describe the patient who has this temperature. Well, we would, by inspection, say the outlier is 42 degrees, right? That's what we want to say. Describe the patient. What do we mean by that? The outlier is 42 degrees. There's that 42 again. And describe the patient who has this temperature. I don't know. They're pretty sick. They're pretty hot. Nah, don't worry about that thing. Outlier's 42 degrees. That'll be fine. Moving on, example 10, and very close to the end of this topic now. Here is a stem and leaf plot. What is the smallest score recorded in this stem and leaf plot? 43. What's the biggest score? 92. Rightio. Actually, I've jumped the gun here. What's the highest mark? 92, right? The 9 and 2. How many students are in the class? Count up the leaves. We'll do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. How's that demonstration of counting? So helpful. What is the most common mark? Now, you've got to be a little careful here. We might think that it's going to be in the 60s because there are more scores in the 60s than anywhere else. And that's probably the case. right? But you've got to be careful and scan through. I don't have any doubles in the 40s. I've got a pair of 52s, but I have 3 63s. Right, no other triples. So my most common or modal score is 63. Don't write 3. What percentage of students scored over 60? Well, out of our 20, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13. Oops. Pen, come on. Oh, hey, what's going on? My pen! What's going on? Hang on. Sorry, technical moment there. Well, we have, did I say 13 out of 20? And we're going to multiply that by 100%. Which is multiplying that by 5. Is it 65%? I think it is. Equals 65% of scores are greater than 60. And you know what? It's the end. Okay, stem and leaf plots and dot plots. Dot plots, as you've probably picked up, I think are pretty handy little things. Stem and leaf plots, I tell you, they pop up in exams frequently enough. They're not particularly great to construct. They're not particularly efficient, time-saving devices. They don't show us a lot about the data, really. But it's one of those things you have to need to know, and it's not that difficult to work with. Anyhow, I hope you've enjoyed these videos. I will, of course, see you in class, and I hope you have some questions for me. See you then.